All right, so we're going to start these notes with just a lot of copying and then we'll talk about it afterwards. So you need to get your essential question down, which is how do I see grows by and starts with. Today we're looking at patterns and rules. And just in the blue is just a reminder that no matter what we're doing for the next couple weeks, couple lessons, we always need to know grows by and starts with. Like those are the two things we care about that we're going to be working with. So you need to copy all that down, including this table. So this table is broken down into 3 columns, 2 rows. So the rows are your patterns and your rules. And then the columns are where we see growth in the pattern and where we see growth in the rule. So I'm going to pause, go ahead and get all of this down, everything you see right now, and then we'll talk about it. Okay, so hopefully that made sense, right? This actually really isn't a lot of new information. The thing that's new is maybe that M and that B, and just know that M is growth, B is starts with, that will never change. So that's something new, but something new you need to know, and it will be there forever. Okay, now let's get working on what this looks like. So the first thing you need to do is copy these in there. So again, I'll pause and let you get figure 1, 2, and 3. Okay, so we're going to answer 3 questions, and I'm going to show you how to show your work for those 3 questions. So the first one is, how is the tile pattern growing? So what I want you to do is you either need to take a highlighter or a color. So a highlighter or color, doesn't matter what color, and we need to highlight on the pattern, directly on your picture, where is the growth happening? For me, what I see is I see 2 tiles being stacked on the end every time. So I see that these are new tiles, so I'm going to color those. Then when I move to figure 2, I add 2 more new tiles to the end right there. And then as I move to figure 3, I add 2 new tiles to the end there. So this is how, if I ever say show the growth in the pattern, that's what you'll do. You'll highlight or you'll color the tiles that are new, where the change is happening. As far as our response to how it's growing, this is kind of up to you. I would just say, adds 2 tiles to the end every time we go up a figure number. So then underneath that, I'm just going to put nice and big plus 2. So that's the picture and the words that go together. The next question that you'll need to be able to do is number 2 says, okay, draw what figure 0 looks like. So I'm going to get my little pen. If I have figure 1, I need to work backwards. If every time I go up a figure, I'm adding 2 tiles, that means if I'm working backwards, I'm going to take away 2 tiles. So what I would see figure 0 as, and this is where the grid paper in your notebooks comes in handy, making these little squares. I see 2, and then that 1 that's always sticking out there on the end, right? Because I removed 2 tiles from figure 1 to get figure 0, and then next to it, I'm going to put 3 tiles. Okay. Number 3 then says write a rule. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take my highlighter and I'm going to highlight the pieces from 1 and 2 that are going to help me answer 3. So I know that I'm using this plus 2 and this 3 tiles to write the rule. The rule needs to be y equals mx plus b. What is m? M will be the growth. What is b? B will be your starts with. So in this case, M is going to be, this pattern was growing by 2, and this pattern, my figure 0, had 3, and then the rest just gets filled in. So y equals 2x plus 3 is the rule. So hopefully, really the only kind of new thing, like I said today, is this M and that B, but the idea behind it is nothing new. So those are our right side notes. They should be pretty easy because it's kind of just a continuation of what we were doing last week. All right, for the left side, you're gonna need to copy these down, and then we're gonna answer the 3 questions just like we did on the right side. So how is this pattern growing? This one's a little trickier. So it looks to me like when I move up a figure, I added 1 tile on the end, a tile on this end. I added 1 row up here and 1 row down there. Does that look right? There's still 3 in the middle, 2 and 2. So then over here, it grows the same way. And so we're gonna say that this tile pattern adds 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So adds 6 new tiles every time we go up 1 figure number. And then under that sentence, we can put plus 6. All right, now it wants us to draw figure 0. That's going to be difficult for this one, I think. So I think what's going to happen is I'm still going to have my 3 in the middle. So 3 in the middle. If I count how many total I'm going to need, I'm taking 4, 8, 11 minus 6. So I'm only going to need a total of 5 tiles. So I think for this one, what I would draw is I would just draw 5 straight across, because we got rid of the tiles that I would say we got rid of were these tiles from the previous, oops, I did that one backwards. So from the previous one, we got rid of those tiles in red. You don't need to draw that. So figure 0 is going to look just like that. Kind of weird, not the easiest one. And so we want to make sure we label that with how many tiles it is, like we did up here. So that's 5 tiles. So then number 3, write the rule. Go in and highlight the important stuff that's going to help me write my rule. My rule is y equals mx plus b. I'm going to label again that m is growth. B is starts with. So that means that M must be 6. And then B is 5 from my answers above. And then I just fill in the rest, y equals 6x plus 5. So it's just a continuation of what we did last week. We're just adding in, making sure we've got the correct formula for our rule. And this time we're using the pattern to come up with the rule instead of using the rule to come up with the pattern.